Number 8. The coffee compass. Here's a strange thought. Your morning coffee might know more about you than your therapist does. Not because caffeine is magic, but because how you make it is a confession you didn't mean to make. Think about it. Some people measure beans like chemists, heating water to exactly 93 degrees. Others rip open a packet of instant and stir with the same spoon they just licked clean. And then there are the brave few who say, "I don't drink coffee," which is like announcing you've never sinned. At first glance, it's just preference, but under the surface, it's a personality test you didn't know you were taking. A 2019 appetite study found that ritualizing food and drink, like carefully preparing coffee, reduces anxiety and increases feelings of control. That precision pour-over? It's not about flavor. It's about soothing chaos before the emails hit. Instant coffee, on the other hand, is a quiet act of surrender. Life's already messy, so why pretend? And skipping coffee altogether? That's either supreme self-control or denial on an Olympic level. Culture doesn't help. Coffee has become an identity. Starbucks cup selfies, artisanal cafes, oat milk tribalism. What looks like caffeine dependency is really a ritual of order, rebellion, or resignation. So tomorrow when you sip, stir, or skip, remember, you're broadcasting your inner state. And if that unsettles you, wait until we get to your closet. Number 7. Outfit autopilot. What if your "I'll just wear this again" moment says more about your relationship with freedom than any job interview ever could? Most people think clothes are about fashion or professionalism. You dress for the weather, for comfort, or to avoid getting fired. But your daily outfit, especially the stuff you repeat, is less about fabric and more about psychological armor. The weird part? Your wardrobe probably outs you before you even speak. Take the infamous Zuckerberg hoodie. Silicon Valley calls it efficiency, no time wasted on clothing decisions. But cultural critics point out it's performative anti-fashion, a way to signal genius without playing the game. Psychology research calls this the enclothed cognition effect. Your clothes literally change how you think and feel. That rotation of 3 safe shirts you wear? That's stability theater. It's you saying, "I may not control the world, but I control this cotton." Bright colors can signal optimism or, ironically, a cover-up for exhaustion. And comfort-first outfits? That's not laziness, it's survival. After years of fashion pressure, choosing sweatpants is choosing sanity. So yeah, that outfit isn't just fabric, it's autobiography. And if your closet tells the story of control, wait until you see what your desk is whispering. Number 6. Desk topography. Quick test. Look at your desk right now. Is it a pristine, minimalist landscape or a paper and pen apocalypse? Either way, your desk is gossiping about you behind your back. We all assume desk messiness equals laziness. School drilled it into us, neat desk, neat mind. But reality is messier, literally. Because your desk doesn't just store your stuff, it reveals how your brain organizes chaos. The weird thing? Both the neat freak and the clutter king are sending out quiet distress signals. University of Minnesota research found that messy environments can spark more creative, unconventional thinking. That avalanche of sticky notes? It's not dysfunction, it's divergent thought. Meanwhile, pristine desks often belong to people with high social compliance. Tidy equals trustworthy. But here's the catch. Spotless doesn't always mean organized. Sometimes it's performance anxiety disguised as minimalism, like clearing your browser history before someone borrows your laptop. Historically, workplaces fetishized neatness. Think rows of identical desks in early 20th century offices designed to keep workers efficient and interchangeable. So whether you're drowning in clutter or dusting your keyboard twice a day, your desk is really an emotional landscape. Your workspace isn't neutral, it's a mirror. And if your desk reveals your brain, just wait until lunch. Your meal is basically a diary. Number 5. The lunch identity. Your lunch choice might be the most brutally honest thing you do all day, because nothing outs your coping style faster than what you eat between 12 and 1. Some people pack the perfect balanced meal, like a nutritionist ghost wrote their Tupperware. Others grab whatever sandwich or salad fate throws at them. And then there are the grazers, the "I'll just snack all day" crowd, who treat lunch like a rumor. At face value, it's food, but underneath, it's workplace survival strategy. Historically, lunch wasn't personal. In the early 20th century, corporations built cafeterias not to feed workers but to control them. Scheduled eating kept people on task, loyal, and predictable. Fast forward to today, packing your lunch signals self-discipline, almost moral superiority. But psychologists point out it's often impression management, showing the world you've got it together. Buying lunch can mean freedom, but also resignation. I didn't plan, I'm too busy, let me outsource my nourishment. Grazing? That's usually stress disguised as efficiency. A 2016 study in health psychology even linked irregular eating patterns to higher stress biomarkers. Translation: your lunch isn't just calories, it's confession. So yeah, your sandwich is spilling secrets. And if that feels invasive, your inbox is about to shout even louder. Number 4. Inbox archaeology. Want to know if someone craves control or secretly thrives in chaos? Don't ask about their childhood, just check their inbox. There are 2 species of email users: the zero inboxers, who treat unread messages like nuclear threats, and the digital hoarders with 47,038 unopened emails and no shame. Both swear their way is superior, but here's the unsettling truth. Your inbox is less about productivity and more about your hidden anxiety strategy. Microsoft's 2019 study on digital productivity found email overload was one of the top causes of attention decay in modern workers. Zero inboxers, they're not efficient saints. They're micromanaging their environment to feel safe. Every cleared notification is a tiny victory against entropy. But the hoarders, they're surprisingly resilient. Letting thousands of emails pile up is less laziness and more adaptability, and acceptance that the flood can't be stopped. Historically, communication tech always triggered anxiety. Victorians panicked over telegraphs the way we panic over Slack. The inbox is just the latest battlefield. It's not about work. It's about how much noise you think you can live with. So whether you're nuking unread messages or drowning in them, your inbox is therapy notes in disguise. And if you think that's personal, let's peek into your midnight snacks. Number 3, snack psychology. Late at night, you're not eating chips, you're eating your feelings, and your pantry knows exactly which ones. We pretend snacks are harmless, just a cookie here, a handful of chips there, but psychologists know snacking is rarely about hunger. It's self-soothing in crunchy, salty, or sweet form. And the type of snack you reach for? That's the emotional confession you didn't mean to leave on the kitchen counter. A 2021 Frontiers in Psychology study found that stress eaters gravitate toward high-fat, high-sugar foods, not because they're tastier, but because they trigger dopamine spikes that mimic comfort. Chips? They're control in a bag, the satisfying crunch that feels like cracking your problems in half. Candy? That's instant nostalgia, childhood sweetness to buffer adult exhaustion. And the "I'll just drink water" people? They're not superior, they're repressing harder than anyone. Historically, nighttime eating spiked with the invention of electric light. Suddenly, evenings became longer, lonelier, and more snack-filled. Your fridge at 11 p.m. isn't about hunger. It's about what you can't admit in daylight. So your snack stash isn't guilty pleasure. It's emotional strategy. And if that stings, wait until we unravel your bedtime routine. Number 2, sleep theater. Your bedtime routine isn't about sleep. It's about the secret war between control and surrender, and your toothbrush is just a prop. Some people have a 5-step skincare ritual, aromatherapy, the perfect playlist, maybe even a sleep app that nags them. Others collapse fully dressed with the TV still buzzing. At first glance, it's hygiene versus exhaustion, but really it's a performance. You're not just going to bed, you're staging a nightly power struggle. Psychologists call bedtime rituals self-regulatory behaviors, little attempts to impose order on the uncontrollable. A 2014 study in sleep health found that structured pre-sleep routines improve perceived control, not just sleep quality. Translation: it's about reducing anxiety as much as resting. Historically, even ideal sleep is a cultural invention. The 8-hour block wasn't natural. It was designed during the 19th century factory era to standardize workers. Before that, people slept in 2 shifts, waking in the middle of the night to talk, write, even wander. So if you collapse in your jeans, it's not just fatigue, it's surrender. And if you polish your sheets and track REM cycles, you're grasping for control in a world that doesn't give it. So no, your sleep routine isn't neutral, it's confession. And once you see that, the final reveal is unavoidable. Every habit is a secret diary. Number 1, the hidden quirk. Here's the unsettling truth. There are no normal habits. Every routine you repeat is basically your subconscious screaming in code. We like to think habits are neutral. Coffee, clothes, desk, lunch, inbox, snack, sleep. Just the background noise of life. But psychologists and historians agree there's no such thing as background. Every ordinary act is cultural training, emotional survival, or both. You think you're blending in. Really, you're broadcasting. Modern life teaches us to optimize everything. Productivity hacks, meal prepping, bullet journaling, even sleep hygiene. But cultural critics argue this obsession with routine is survival theater. We pretend the small things make us whole because the big things, economic precarity, burnout, fractured communities, feel untouchable. That's why a coffee ritual feels like therapy. Why inboxes feel like life and death. Why sweatpants feel like rebellion. Each habit is a quiet confession. I need order or I need escape. And once you see that, it's both humbling and freeing. The mundane isn't mundane at all. It's your autobiography in micro gestures. So yeah, your quirks aren't quirks, they're you, written in rituals. And once you read them, you can't unsee them. We spend so much energy chasing big answers, purpose, happiness, balance. But the truth leaks out in smaller places, coffee mugs, snack drawers, and inboxes. Our normal habits aren't boring. They're the truest biography we write, one ritual at a time. Send this to someone whose ordinary routine is secretly extraordinary, even if it's just instant coffee and a messy desk.